What's up, everyone? Welcome to another fantastic episode of the Boss Up Podcast. My name is Sophia Noreen, and today we're going to be chatting about how to be more productive using the 4D method and how I prioritize my daily to-do list so I don't get overwhelmed, but I get a lot done. So let's get into it. So the first thing that I do every single day is a brain dump. I think about what I need to do and I put it on a piece of paper. That's it. It's a simple notebook that I use, and I literally write down every single thought of to-dos that I need to get done. Next, I prioritize them. And this is where the magic occurs. This is when people ask me, how are you getting all this stuff done? And if we have not met before, in a nutshell, I have a few businesses and I also work full-time currently right now as an interim executive director. We'll see how that goes by the end of the month. So stay tuned. But I'm going to show you how I actually prioritize this massive to-do list. So you're probably wondering, how is she going to go ahead and take care of this massive to-do list, this massive brain dump? And you're probably thinking that as well. That's why you're watching this video. You're wondering, how am I going to prevent myself from getting overwhelmed on the regular? So I use the 4D method. And if it's the first time you're hearing about it, I'm not surprised because I don't think it's shared enough. And so we're going to chat about it today and wait till the end. And I'm going to tell you a secret tip that I use that I think is amazing and helps me prevent my to-do list and brain dump from getting too large. So let's get into the 4Ds. So the first of the 4Ds is do. Do it. You're going to complete that task today that is on your brain dump, on your to-do list. You're going to move it over and you're going to make time for it in your calendar or in your schedule. And so I work most optimally from about 9 a.m. to about 1 p.m. And then I need a little break. And then I start again around 3 to 4. And then I take another little break and I get back to it sometimes in the night. And so during the times that I work best, depending on the task, if it's a creative task, it goes at night. And if it's a more operational task, I put it in the morning. And if it's like a meeting, I put it in the afternoon. And so depending on the task, if I'm going to do it, it's a high priority task that I need to get done, it gets a spot in my daily schedule. And that is the first D. You have to do the task and you need to execute on the task. It moves from the brain dump and it goes to the calendar. The next of the D's is you need to delegate. You need to delegate some tasks off on your to-do list. There is no way that you're going to be able to do it all. For example, my kitchen is a general delegation task because more than one person lives in this house, and I should not be the only one doing that work. Another great example of delegation is delegating out my cat's food dish, if you guys can see it there. I can't always feed the cat, and these are exactly simple examples, but I can't always feed my kitten, so therefore somebody else needs to do it, like my daughters who are sitting there on their screens. Right, Lena and Zara? We watch all the time. Anyways, so the next D is even more important, and I'll tell you about that next. Okay, for the next D, number 3. D number 3 is all about deferring the action or the to-do. I know many of us, if we're creators, we like to come up with ideas. And idea creation is fantastic, but it can be overwhelming and sometimes can create stress. So we have to be really cognizant that some things that are on our to-do list or in our brain dump may not actually be items that are a priority today. And we need to be cognizant that not all of the items that we want to do can be done today successfully. A very good example is I want to start a brand new renovation for another house. I like to flip houses. I want to do that. And so I may be eyeing something. It's a big project. And doing that today would not be a good idea because there's so many other things that need to be accomplished right now. So that item is going to be put in a parking lot as a plan for later. So you're not going to forget about it, but you're going to remove it from your list because if it's there, it's going to cause you stress and anxiety. And the whole point of this is to enjoy the journey of productivity and business. And we don't want you feeling overwhelmed. So number 3D is very important to defer or delay that item. And so if you're not the type to really want to remove things from your list, have a separate list like a parking lot and leave it there for now. D number 4 is probably one of my favorites as well, and it is to delete the item. I know some of us have anxiety when we need to delete things, but it is just the reality of the game. Not everything we have to get done today is important, and sometimes it just needs to be eliminated. A very good example of deletion for many of us is baked goods. And I know you might be thinking, I don't want to bake any goods. I don't want to make a cake or a cupcake. And you're likely right. Many people don't want to do that. And that's why it's been a deleted item from many people's lists. And they're now conveniently available in a bakery shop or your local grocery store. That is a deleted item. Some things that may have been a priority for you in the past may no longer be a priority today, and you're going to delete it off your list and you're going to get it somewhere else. You are not the one who's now mentally responsible for that item. You have another plan to get it done. Another great example of deleting an item from my list is I used to write really great big social media posts. Now that's not a trend currently in 2022. And it now is a deleted item. So caption writing is a couple of lines at most, and we have deleted that as a to-do on the list. It's no longer a priority. So when you're looking at your brain dump, really think about, does this item actually still need to be here? Is it still a priority? Is it still trending? Am I just doing it because that's what I've always done? And think about it from a perspective of business, but also think of it as a perspective of life. Are there things that you're doing every day in your regular life with your family or your friends or your house or with your pets that are adding to your stress and your to-dos when you could just delete it? So be really mindful on the last D, D number 4, delete. Okay, so for all my friends that stayed until the end of this video, this is my secret sauce or the pro tip that prevents my to-do list or brain dump from getting too long. And that is the trick offered by David Allen in his book, Getting Things Done. Check it out if you have not had a chance. I'll leave a link below. It's an amazing book. And basically, he says that if the to-do or task can get done in 120 seconds, you do it now. You don't put it on any list, you just get it done. And so that is how I prevent my list from getting extremely long, because if I know the task is going to take less than 120 seconds, I do it. And so that way, the list only is going to have those big items or the larger items that will take me more time. And that way, I can schedule them in my calendar. Like we talked about, I'm going to do it during that day. Otherwise, I'm going to delegate it out to another family member so they can get it done, or to another business associate or another team member so they can get it done. D number 3 was all about deferring. We're not going to do the project or task today, but we will defer it for later on, and we're going to put it in a parking lot. And then the final D, one of my favorites, is to delete it. Take the task and throw it out. We're no longer going to do it. It's no longer a priority for us or for the business or for a family. And so it is gone. So guys, I really hope this helps you. I hope you can take some of these ideas and put them into action in your own life so you can be more productive and you can feel less overwhelmed with the daily tasks and to-dos and demands on you. Remember, guys, if you are loving these episodes, I really hope to see you guys back here next week. Hit the bell and follow so you receive a notification every time we release an episode. And remember, you can make a plan and take action. And yes, you can have it all. We'll chat with you guys later. Take care. Bye.